Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. So you'll notice that I'm in a different live than the one I scheduled earlier. Uh, Goodness. Can't wait for the live. Hi, Ronnie. Thanks for coming in. I tried to go live on the other one, and it did this weird glitchy feature thing that it's done before when I tried to go on Patreon. And it's just annoying. And so I didn't even know if people could see me or not. I couldn't even tell if I was actually live. So if you see anybody hanging out in the other one, could you guys like share the link in that live? Because I actually can't access it myself. So dumb. So crazy. But I would really appreciate it if you guys put the link for that in the chat on the other live. Excuse me, you look so great. Oh, thank you. It's been a stressful day. It's been so crazy, you guys. You look gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Just came from the other live. Okay. Please put a link over there. If like someone does that, I greatly appreciate it. Thanks, Zachary. Everyone say hi to Divine Phoenix Rising. Hello. The other live says it's been removed. Oh, excuse me. Okay, good. Yeah, Mercury retrograde. I was so annoyed because I was already running late. And then it took a few extra minutes, right? And then I went live and I was like, no. You look extra beautiful tonight. Oh, thank you. I totally received that. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm feeling a little frazzled. Anybody watching this later, I guess, like after it posts, I have been really, really busy. And so if you've like emailed me and I haven't gotten back to you on anything, I am getting to it. Today is especially a little nuts, okay? But if you are new, welcome. My name is Island Turtle. Forgot to do a whole spiel. This is BOMISpirit. This is actually going to be the weekly intuitive astrology reading for the 15th of April to the 21st. My allergies, of course, kicked up out of nowhere. I was relatively okay on that. Now I'm most sniffly. Today is especially a weird day astrologically because today we have Mercury conjunct Chiron exact. And anybody who has the astrology poster would know that. And I've been feeling it. Are you taking questions by any chance? I'm not pulling personal cards for people. Like that's not what my lives are for. My lives, I do them because it's either something scheduled like this where I go into the whole astrology for the week and I do channel messages for the week. I didn't forget, Amanda. I almost did. I sat down and I was like, fuck, I need my chapstick. So I do, I have my chapstick. Thank you. But if I go live outside of doing the weeklies, it's really just to sit with you guys and also tell you anything that's been coming up. Because if I am doing an impromptu live, it's probably because I've been getting downloads and need to share that. And there's actually been a lot to share. There's been a lot to share, and I just haven't had the time to like sit even do a podcast episode about any of it yet. Love you. Thank you, Island Turtle, for recommendation. Oh yeah, he's amazing. Oh, is that what's up today? Yeah. So you've been feeling a little aggro today. If you've been feeling out of sorts today, or if you've been feeling like, why can't I do the shit I want to do? That's the vibe. That is the vibe for today. I've been going through a lot, and today finally felt no one is going to stop me from doing what I want to do. Yeah, that's the week we're entering right now. That is the week we're entering right now. Actually, I think that was the title I labeled it, if I'm not mistaken. So we do have some welcomed energies for sure as we get deeper into the week. I won't lie though, it's a very in-your-face energy, which, take that as you will with however that feels for you. But yeah, it is a definite in-your-face energy, which I think some of us need. Some of us might be like, oh, that sounds exhausting. But there's actually some vitality coming in. Yeah, there's some vitality coming in. So we're going to get into it in a minute. I just need to like, woosah for a second before I go ahead and get started. And of course, there'll be timestamps if you're watching this after the fact. Yesterday and today, just icky. Yeah. I'm so with that energy of unstoppable empowerment. Been waking up at 3 a.m. This isn't normal for me. That's the witching hour. That's like when the veil is thinner, so that does happen. Any teas I'm enjoying lately? It's funny you say that because you guys know I am a tea person. I actually been so like on my routine with my mushroom coffee. I haven't really been drinking my teas. But I have been like doing offerings with chamomile. I've been doing that. Some teas that are just in my purview, like butterfly pea flower. I love rose. Can't go wrong with rose or lavender. I do work with blue lotus, but that is actually a plant I've dieted, and so I've actually like worked with her in more than just a I'm gonna enjoy her in a tea kind of a way. I've been on a mushroom cacao kick for about a year. Oh, I feel you there. I feel you there. That's magic. That's magic. Chaotic energy. Yeah. It's my norm lately, waking up every night for weeks. Yeah, sleep is, ever elusive for me. Oh, yerba mate. I have some yerba mate. Clyde is doing okay. he's he's doing okay. He's been worse before, but he's also been better before. He's kind of in the middle ground right now. It's the thing with Clyde is okay. Well, wait, hold on. Do I even get into this? No, they're like, don't even get into that. Yeah, I don't need to get into that right now. Um, it's really just like his asthma is like the most pressing issue right now for him, which I'm trying to get under control. His doctors and I are trying to get under control. Thought he was like right there for a second. Um, but it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. I wonder how these energies affect cats. Yeah, I feel like all animals are susceptible. Speaking of asthma, excuse me. Your cats are off the wall. Yeah, Clyde is really just, he's elderly now, and with his breathing stuff, he really just kind of sits all day and just kind of lays there all day. Does he have a powered or pellet? Oh, his litter. I just changed his litter. He hates it. I can tell he absolutely hates it. But we're trying to find something that works. I used to do natural litters for him, and he wanted his paws were too sensitive for the couple that I tried, and so then we just went back to like normal litter. And then a couple years ago, I got a respiratory litter for him, like specifically for cats with respiratory sensitivities. And now we're on crystal litter. You know, it is what it is. When you have a cat, you guys know what it's like. For people who own cats, you guys know what it's like. Okay, I'm just gonna take a minute and then we're gonna go ahead and dive into my synopsis of the week, and then we'll get into the astrology, and then we'll get into collective messages, and then elemental messages. Okie dokie. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, by the way. Forgot I didn't say that, but yeah, don't forget to do that. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the week and do a timestamp before I forget. Where are we at? Oh my God, we're almost at 10 minutes. Well, I guess when you need a minute, you need a minute. Okay. So here's what's cool about this week. This week we are getting some physical vitality back. We are getting a little bit more from Pluto, actually, of all places. And then we also have Saturn leaning off of Mars a little bit, so Mars can kind of exclusively work with Jupiter and Uranus and that Taurus energy. So all of that and Venus actually is joining the North Node and Chiron and Mercury in Aries. So we're also getting a little bit more Aries energy, which is a little like, so that's a little much. But needless to say, all of that is just putting us even deeper into this place of, I want what I want, and I'm done with anything getting in the way of that, is essentially what that is. We do have this even intensified breaking, the light cracking through, right? Breaking through things that have been difficult to break or have been needing to be broken for a long time. This time I was feeling it's less about like the foundational platforms, and I was feeling it's actually more about bonds. Like bonds and bondage, like that was coming through really strongly, almost like the devil card actually. Some of us is actually going to be habits, like habits and behaviors and vices and addictions and things like that. Others that actually will be relationships. Relationships are going to get a little intense this week too, for better or for worse. But if there's been like any kind of relationships that you've been really struggling to like break away from, it's going to become painfully obvious this week. And with all this like Aries, aggressive, authoritative, not just because of Aries, we have other stuff going on too. We'll talk about it. All this very like assertive energy and like fed up energy, there might be some many little explosions happening in relationships where it's needed. Excuse me. Anybody who also knows me, shaman burps. I like when energy's moving through me. I tend to burp a lot. Excuse me. So just know that that's gonna be par for the course with relationships. But this is the week to face challenges head on. This is the week to face any bondage, anything like that, facing that head on, and actually be very successful at it. And also to embrace anything that really lights up your soul, anything that you're really excited about or passionate about, relationships, jobs, goals, adventure itself, even. This is the week for that. So we're in for a good week. We're definitely in for a good week. And of course, the week after that, we do have Mercury going stationary direct. And I know a lot of us will be feeling better once that happens, but we still have the post shadow for about 3 more weeks after that. So just keep that in mind. Like, we're out of the thick of it, but we're still going to be in it, like up through May, through most of May. And then we also have the full moon Scorpio next week, which, as a Scorpio, I am excited. That's actually happening, I want to say, the day before Mercury goes stationary direct. So while this week, oh God, the shadow, in a fun way, it says Scorpio 5th house, in a fun way. But needless to say, while this week may feel even more dynamic, and what I mean by dynamic, because I've used that word before and people sometimes don't understand what I mean when I say that. When I say dynamic, I mean that there's a lot of momentum, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of activity, but it is for the positive, it is for pushing us forward, and it is for getting things out of our way. Like it's a little bit of like move bitch, get out the way. Like it's a little bit of that kind of an energy, which I think is only good. So that's what you guys can expect this week. Pretty nail color, thank you. I've been in my neon mode. I love bright colors. I love neon, and I've just been kind of cycling through all my neon nail polish, but I might go back to yellow soon. I'm not a huge pink fan, to be honest, but something just said do it, so I was like, okay, I'm doing it. So I did it. Actually, okay, one more thing I do want to mention before I get into the actual astrology of everything. Don't be surprised if, for those where you feel like your focus has been on your future, like if you feel like your focus has been on your legacy, where you want to put roots and all of that, don't be surprised if this is the week where you actually can't focus on it or something prevents you from focusing on it or investing in it, and you're being called to do other things like invest in fun or invest in just ways you can really express your passion and get into that. Okay, thank you. I'll talk about that. They were nudging me to talk about something. So don't be surprised if that comes up this week. If you just can't get to your to-do list or get to your task list, it is okay if that happens. You might not feel like it's okay, but it's okay because there's other stuff that's important right now that wants to come out of us. So they wanted me to mention this as actually something more of a personal experience, but it relates to the collective energy, and then we'll get into the astrology, okay? I love neon yellow. Yeah, it was fun. That's like my favorite neon one that I have. That's why I wore that one first. I also have like green and blue and purple, but anyway, not important. So something that's been coming up for me personally has been the wolf and the horse. Those two have been coming up a lot for me recently. And so it's a little bit of story time. And so last night I actually went down to the creek and did ritual because I really needed to. And I was trying to get into this like what this wolf energy wanted, right? It's coming up for a reason. So I was like trying to lean into that and lean into the horse energy. And that wolf energy. Wolf can be a teacher, and that is something that was coming through for me, but also wolf can be a bit more of our instincts, a bit more of our primal nature. All the animal medicines come in a variety of flavors, right? So like if an animal's coming up for you, it's important for you to distinguish and discern for yourself why that animal is coming up for you or wants to work with you. So now my back is like freaking out as I'm talking about this. Don't mind me. So getting into the wolf, I could feel the primal energy behind it, like the primal animalistic energy behind this wolf that is within me. And they were reminding me to talk about it because that does relate here a little bit. A lot of energy that's backing all of this is is passion and just primal animalistic desires and urges, and I want what I want, right? That's very primal. And there is this need to honor that and recognize it and have outlets for it, but then also to not let it take you over, right? Not let it like dominate your life. And so the way that the horse has been coming up for me in relation to the wolf is, I was told, use the horse to tame the wolf. Like, use the horse, your own horse energy, to keep your own wolf in line, is how they were basically giving it to me. And I started to see this like horse like running alongside a wolf, but like going like, no, like I'm running alongside you, in front of you, and I'm gonna go with you, but you're not cutting me off at the pass, essentially. That horse is definitely freedom, but it's a refined sense of freedom of self. That's what they kept saying. It's refined, it's mature, it's has integrity, right? While the wolf still has its own integrity and its own medicine, the way the wolf was coming up in that moment was much more primal, much more like animal than anything else. And you could even say a little shadow. So that might be coming up for some of you guys too, not necessarily with wolf and horse, right? But what part of you wants to be fully wild in all of your desire and passion? And then what part of you do you need to like go with it, but with it, and like taming it, not suppressing it, and not letting it dominate you. So just something to keep in mind as you move through the week if that stuff comes up. Okay. All right. Now let's get into the astrology. Where are we at? Okay. Okay. So we got 3 little clusters of energy. This first one, this is that Plutonian, like determined, empowered sort of vibe. Hold on, I'm gonna read comments for a second. Been getting the horse coming up a lot. Needed to hear that, LOL. Owl, octopus, and dragon. That's an interesting combination. Haven't even been here for 5 minutes and you're speaking to my soul. Hey, Tater Tots. It's a cool username. You guys are very creative with your usernames. Like, I was never that person, even like well before YouTube, just like with social media, I was never that person to come up with like usernames like that. Anyway, so this Plutonian empowered energy, in a way, this is really going to help us, even though it's a square, and I'm going to talk about it. It's actually helping us, but it can be kind of a tough aspect. So the sun is moving into Taurus this week as well. And so when the sun moves into Taurus, it's going to start squaring off with Pluto. So this is an energy we're not feeling right now. We're probably going to feel it close to Wednesday. We're probably going to start feeling it close to Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday is when that energy starts to creep in, the sun square Pluto. So sun moving into Taurus is fixed energy, and then you got Pluto in Aquarius, fixed energy. And in that square, any squares create tension and like conflict between these 2 celestial bodies that are trying to like communicate. And Taurus and Aquarius especially, very stubborn energy. They work very differently. It's like one's literally like tradition and one is like unconventional, right? Even though they're both fixed. So the way this can come about is it does bring more vitality and like physical energy and motivation to do things, because both Pluto and the sun like to do that, right? Now, while it gives you more motivation to deal with things, and even for this in this realm of like wanting to achieve or wanting to be successful or wanting to feel powerful or wanting to feel in control, it's going to bring a lot of that, which is good as we're being liberated, right? Because that's actually us taking our power back and putting ourselves back in the driver's seat and being like, I want to get to point B, I'm going to get to point B, and nothing's going to get in my way to do that. Within relationships, it can bring about combative energy, especially when you're talking about Taurus and Aquarius. So like Taurus and Aquarius were actually dealing with each other back in the COVID. I was going to say back in the COVID times. Back in COVID. Back during COVID, when you had Saturn in Aquarius square Uranus and Taurus. And I don't know if y'all remember that energy or what that felt like, but it feels like taking a pit bull and like putting it in a corner is like what it really is, what it feels like. Aquarius, the COVID. I know, it's like I felt so old-timey for a second. Aquarius wants to be free and wants to do things differently and wants to be in full expression of self. While Taurus is more about, let's follow the rules and rule books so we can get comfy and cozy and have the things that we can attain materially, right? So something to just think about as far as those energies go in your own life. But yeah, when it comes to relationships, there might be a push and pull of, I'm striving to overcome my personal challenges and to be as free as possible and to get what I want in my life. And I can't have anybody suffocating me, right? It brings up control issues, power struggles, ego conflicts, like ego battles, that sort of deal. Now, because it's also Pluto energy, it can also bring about the more shadowy side of human nature, like manipulation, shadiness, things like that. So that might be coming up in your relationships. But another big thing is fear. When the sun is square Pluto, no matter what sign it's in, it can bring up really, really deep fears and anxieties. Now, this isn't to scare you. It's just letting you know this is a window where this can come up. And if fears come up, you also have the energy from this same aspect to face them. Anything that comes up this week that doesn't feel good or makes you feel crappy or restricted, it's actually the window for you to finally break away from it and be done with it. Okay? So it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So that's going to be affecting our personal houses between Taurus and Aquarius, 0 to 5 degrees. So wherever you have in your personal houses, based off your rising sign in your natal chart, if you're new, that's how you find it. Aquarius, Taurus, 0 to 5 degrees. Okay? And if you have any fixed planets placements like Sun in Scorpio, Leo, etc., early degrees, you're probably going to really feel the intensity of that, like being put in a corner and being like, no, not doing it, right? So let's move on to the next one. This one's really interesting. This is all that Aries energy. Oh, thank God. Yeah, it's like, it's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Been here since 2019 and have enjoyed every minute of it. Aw, thank you. It's so cool that people still call me WaterBaby, to be honest. Like, I've gone through phases where I didn't like it, but today I'm liking it. So thank you. But let's talk about this next cluster. All this Aries energy, man. Actually, before I get into that, let me mention really quickly. So I mentioned this in the last weekly and definitely in the last couple moon cycle videos on Patreon. Ceres in Capricorn, Cheroklo in Aquarius, and the White Rabbit asteroid in Cancer. These three celestial bodies are at the center of a lot of aspects and have been for the last couple of weeks, and they're all within the same degree range. They're very important. They're very, very important. Ceres Capricorn has to do with our future and how we're investing in our future, how we are investing in our descendants, right? Future generations even, and work and resources, and how are we going to be stable moving forward, and the changes going along with that. Really important because I know we're all feeling that. So Ceres Capricorn is kind of running the show there. So check where you have Capricorn 15 to 20 degrees. You're probably going to see a lot of stuff be coming up in that house for you personally. White Rabbit in Cancer, same degree range, 15 to 20 degrees. That one's important because White Rabbit asteroid can literally bring us through portals. Portals and crazy life-changing experiences. And on the eclipse, the White Rabbit asteroid was also working with some fixed stars that actually speak to voyages and crossing the realms and what have you. But in Cancer, it is about family, domestic life, soul family, emotional stability. The White Rabbit, the way it's working, especially this week, I was feeling it's a lot more about, oh, excuse me. Oh, just got so nasally for a second. Oh, I feel like it has a lot more to do with your source of emotional stability. Domestic life, family, soul family, chosen family, that's all wrapped up in that too. Nurturing, mother energy, maternal energy, that's all wrapped up in that too. But I was getting that this week it's going to bring about more of a focus on what your source is of emotional stability and where your relationship is at with that. You ready for a trip? I'm always ready for a trip. I got to plan financially, but like I'm always ready for a trip. And then Cheroklo in Aquarius is here to really just support us in being in full expression of ourselves and discovery of our own gifts. Whatever our natural, innate, born gift is, or gifts are, really to get us in tune with that and really to come from that place. So again, check where you have Capricorn, Cancer. Let's go to Bali. I've never been. I've always wanted to go. I've heard good things. I'm down. Capricorn, Cancer, Aquarius, 15 to 20 degrees. Just really want to make that clear. Now, let's talk about Aries, okay? So this week, God, what an Aries sandwich. Just looking at this. The North Node, Venus, is now joining the show, Mercury retrograde, and Chiron all together this week. All together, booking the flight, lol. Hey, I really am down for Bali. I'm just saying. I am really down for that. Worth a conversation for sure. So, sorry guys, coming back. Okay, North Node, Venus, Chiron, and Mercury retrograde in Aries are all together in a little Aries sandwich party. Okay? All of that when I tuned, because that's like a lot to focus on, but when I tuned into that, it was just such like a fired up, fed up. I am living my life to the fullest. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna have the experiences I want. And I did get that feeling too, with especially Venus being there. And it's also aspecting Ceres and Cherokee and White Rabbit. So the relationships are just gonna be part of all of this, just generally speaking. But I was getting that relationships are gonna be a platform for this energy. So whether you have new people coming in or you have like already existing relationships, there's gonna be these moments this week. How do I want to say this? Like they're almost showing it to me like crossing markers is how they're showing it to me. Like I've never ran track, but like someone who like runs track, right? You like jump over the hurdles, right? Or it's like I assume if you're like a long distance runner, they have like mile markers. It's kind of like that. Like in our relationships, we're approaching mile markers, and it's almost like I don't want to be so absolute about it, but for some, it is like a make it or break it moment. But it's really just a moment of truth, is really all it is, right? Because this energy is basically everyone choosing themselves and putting themselves first and being very vocal about it. And also stepping into the future, their future in that energy, wherever that future is taking them and whoever is coming or not coming with them. But that's how they're showing it to me, like approaching a marker within our relationships. And it's like, here's the moment. What is the truth? What is it that you want? What steps are you taking in the future? And who's coming, who's not coming? It really isn't even a choice, really, because it just is what it is. And you're just going to express it or act on it. And people are either in or they're not, is really what it is. But I do feel like there could be some new relationships coming in that also align or facilitate or support you doing that and stepping into the future and choosing you and all of what you want and all of your desires. They're showing me the wolf again, right? Getting into that wolf energy, but taming it a little bit, guiding it. Get into the wolf, but just guide it along the way. Don't let it run wild and rampant and all of that. Now, all of that Aries energy is going to be acting between 15 and 20 degrees. So definitely check your houses for where that's going on. You're probably going to have a lot of activity in that house. Oh, chaos. Feels a little chaotic energy going on in that house. A big emphasis on that house. Like, okay, so for example, that's my 10th house. It's like all of this, right? And you guys have seen, you can probably feel my energy too, just how chaotic it's been. But all of that is going to be square Ceres and Capricorn, that legacy energy, the future energy, and how we're building the future, right? And square the White Rabbit in Cancer. So this is also where you guys might struggle to actually focus on like practically investing in the future, where it's a little, and this is why it's important to tame that wolf energy, because it's like, yes, act from the wolf, act from the passion, act from the desire, but you got to keep it in line. Because if you don't, you might forget certain things that you actually are trying to invest in and build up for yourself too. So it's a hard line to walk, but it's walkable, okay? And sextile with Cherokee, it's just further that exploration and expression of unique self and our gifts and skills and all of that good stuff. Now, the last little cluster. I won't lie, just from like a note taker's point of view, and even just from an astrologer's point of view, I'm going to be very happy when this pitters out, which this is the week that this next one's going to pitter out, just because it's so complicated. Like, I didn't even get into the details about it really in the last couple of videos I did because it is so complex, but I'm going to show you guys my notes so you guys understand how, like, the way I do this. So I don't know if you guys can even see all of that or even read my handwriting. I know it looks very mathematical, but like, we have Mars and Pisces and then Jupiter and Taurus, and then they're all aspecting all of these celestial bodies in different ways. So that's how I organize my stuff, but that one's complicated. That one's really complicated. Longtime follower, first time live. We share the same birthday. Oh, okay. Happy half birthday soon. Our half birthday's coming up on the 24th. Much love to you. Much love to you too. Don't forget to like. Yes, thank you. Thank you for the reminder. Don't forget to like the video. But yeah, so let's get into this crazy little cluster. Mars and Saturn working together in Pisces. This is the week where Mars finally surpasses Saturn. So that conjunction, we're still in it. We're still going to feel it. It's still working with Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus. It's still working with all of that. Just checking, I did a timestamp. I did. When Mars is working with Saturn in Pisces, it really brings in that push and focus to detach from what you really need to detach from. Like think Eight of Cups. Mars already has the motivation to do that. But Saturn comes in and goes, are you doing it? Saturn comes in like the teacher that walks up to the desk and goes, are you paying attention? Are you actually doing that? So we are going to get a little bit of a relief of pressure there as we get towards the end of the week. But it is really good for getting into more of soul-led paths, soul-led decisions, soul-led desires that are not just purely animalistic like Aries is asking us to do, but all of these aspects are parts of us, right? So honor the wolf, honor what you're led to do by your soul, and try to guide yourself in that way. I know this is like getting a little bit complex, but like I said, Saturn is starting to peter out, and so we get to focus more on the Mars energy, which I actually think is better in a lot of ways. Because that way we can just act and there's less pressure on how we're doing it, right? Now, that conjunction is sextile the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Jupiter and Uranus conjunct Taurus does peak this week on the 20th of April, okay? I've been talking about this for a while. It's that foundational earthquakey energy. It's the platform breaking underneath our feet and we have to jump kind of energy. Now, what I mean by that, if you're new and you're like, oh my God, that sounds scary. Don't let it be scary. I just mean that relates to what we've built our life on in our own beliefs. For some, it's just beliefs, like beliefs that you've had that are crumbling and you need to let them go because it's time to expand your mind into different beliefs, right? For some, it's like what we do for work or where we're living, how we're living, or commitments and obligations we have. For some of us, it's health. Some of us, it's our own sense of self-worth and confidence, right? I know that sounds scary, but the things that are breaking need to be broken. If it's breaking for a reason, right? If your beliefs are expanding or evolving, that's happening for a reason. And it is leading to very positive things. It is a push into evolution, our personal evolution and into the future. And that is always welcome and that is always needed. Now with these two conjunctions working in a sextile, it's just basically unlocking the door. It's creating opportunities to basically move into the future, opening doors, right? Now, all the other little celestial bodies you saw in the notes, Lilith in Virgo, Ceres in Capricorn, White Rabbit in Cancer, Cherokee in Aquarius is part of this too. So don't get caught up on the details too much. Just know that some of the details of this energy is we're going to feel more of an extreme push to protect our personal interests and our future, whatever that means for us personally. We are going to have some interesting opportunities with living situations arise. If you haven't had them arise yet, they're probably going to come this week and even continue into like full moon Scorpio territory. I haven't looked at the full moon Scorpio yet. I did months ago, but I don't remember. I don't remember what's tied to that full moon. I got to take a look. And also will help us rebuild or revamp or re-envision whatever our futures will look like, what we want them to be, right? So it's all positive. Now, as far as where these energies are going to be affecting us, again, don't forget to check Aquarius, Cap, Cancer, 15 to 20 degrees, like I mentioned before. The breaking, the fracturing is going to be happening in Taurus, 15 to 20 degrees. And you'll also notice that's the same house where we're feeling this new renewed sense of empowerment to face challenges head on and to come out on top. So it aligns perfectly with that. And also Pisces 15 to 20 degrees. I wouldn't actually focus too much on Pisces this week. Because like it's there, just intuitively, I don't feel as like much of a pull from it. But that would be where we are emotionally detaching, like Eight of Cups energy. Okay. But that's all the astrology. Gonna take like a minute to get a little sippy sip before we get into the collective read. Okay. Hello, Rodin. Hello, Amber. My Mars and Saturn are both in Pisces. Oh, so you're having a Saturn return. That's also amplifying your Mars. It's very interesting. I wonder how this will affect me as a first house Aries and 12th house Pisces. Well, that's kind of the nice thing if you're like an Aries rising, because like however like the planets are acting in the signs pretty much affects you in that way, like, or should anyway. Obviously, there's like, you still got to look at the whole picture. But that would mean that Mars and Pisces are going through your 12th house, asking you to literally like close out things. The 12th house is Pisces house. It's house of letting go. It's house of closure. It's a house of healing. It's the void. It's the cosmic womb, right? So that could be about letting go beliefs. That could be about closing out karmic cycles. That could be about doing some of your own healing and introspective work and being called to do that so that you can own more of who you really are. Yeah, so you can own more of who you really are and get a new picture on your own future, is what I would say about that. But obviously, it's dependent on the whole picture. Did I miss astrology? You did. I just finished it. Imagine. I just finished it. Jupiter, Uranus energy is peaking. Wonder if the astrology demonstrates that. It does. It does. I talked about it. My power just flickered. Oh, and a bunch is now out. Guess I'll have to rewatch later. No. Okay. Bye, Erin. Hope you enjoy it later. Very grateful my Aries rising this lifetime makes learning astrology easy. Yeah, it does. I mean, there's really interesting things about it. Like, I just had sessions this last week, and yeah, like every time I do sessions, I love it because I learn a lot more just about how energies can play off of each other, and even just listening to my own intuition when I like tune into someone's chart, like I'll know like the explicit meaning of something, and like anyone who's had a session with me already knows this, but I'll tell them, I'll be like, this is what it means, this is what I feel. And I could kind of see how what I feel is like coming through, right? Because it's all a big picture. Let's see. I'm a Gemini. What's in store for us troublemakers? That's dependent on your chart, amongst other things. It's not just, it's not just a chart thing. It's also like free will and all that stuff. But I would have to like look at your chart, or at least know your rising. Fellow Gem, yeah. Uranus is my chart ruler, and my moon in Scorpio might be why I feel in between worlds. Oh, hold on. Okay, just checking in that I could talk about this. Well, wait, can I talk about this? Okay. So someone mentioned that to me recently, and okay. Someone mentioned that to me recently. When we're feeling that way, like we're in between worlds or in between timelines, that's because we are anchoring into another one. I had some downloads a while ago about like, how do I want to say that? I had some downloads a while ago about the spiral of energy that is all of everything, and how that works with time, and especially in this reality, and like how we actually jump timelines. And it's imagine like two spirals, right, that are like coming close. Wait, hold on. It's like, can I even do a spiral? Like coming close together, close together, close together. So it's like there's a moment, every single moment on every timeline, right, where it's like you're kind of rubbing up against other realities. We're rubbing up against other realities all the time. So think of the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. They actually like were kind of spot on about this. There should be something that can link you to that spiral, but it's about harmonizing it. It's not about, oh, I choose that timeline, so I'm there. It's not about that. It's actually about harmonizing the polarity that's rubbing up against the two realities. And when you harmonize the polarity, it's kind of like, I can't do this. It's kind of like being in the midpoint, right? Between that polarity, and then there's alignment that happens, and then you have the opportunity to align to that timeline. But it's happening constantly, like constantly. So if you're feeling like that, like you're in between two different like timelines, or you're like literally between worlds, it could be that you are actually like in the process of harmonizing the polarity of whatever reality is like rubbing up against you. You know what I mean? And I could be wrong, but that's just how I was shown by my team. That's how I was shown. It's usually some crazy shit that links me. Gemini Sun, Cancer Moon, Leo Rising. That's kind of a cool combo. But yeah, let's get into some collective messages. And I do have Big Bertha here. Felt like a Big Bertha day. I think I brought her out last time too. Excuse me. All right, let's do 10. My new response to how you are doing, harmonizing. I like that. I'm harmonizing. What was I gonna say? Shit, there's something else I was gonna say there. Sign readings. That's what it was. So patrons, I know you've been waiting for sign readings. Again, life has been a little insane with everything going on. I'm planning on actually doing them tonight. So it's gonna be a long night. I'm getting into my Cappy energy tonight, and I'm gonna be working a lot tonight. So patrons, you will see the sign readings come through tonight on Patreon. And then of course on YouTube, they will post as they typically do. Oh, and talking circles. So I was going to do a live on Patreon. I still might, to just talk about this on Patreon specifically. But for anybody who is wanting to sign up on Patreon, just know that that middle tier where you get early access to weeklies, because I do these lives now, they are being replaced by talking circles. And we just started them, and it's been really, really great so far. It's been a good experience so far. So yeah, so just know that that's part of that. And if you do participate in talking circles or you sign up for them, just know that to give yourself a little bit of a buffer time when you get in there, just so that you're not late, because it is a container. So I drop us in at the beginning of the talking circles. And if you're late and you miss that drop in, I can't let you into the space because it's a container. You know what I mean? Anyway, just wanted to say that. Okay. Collective messages. Wow, my back is like really not happy with doing these readings right now. I don't know what that's about. Okay. Any messages or insights for the collective? For this week. Patience, love, and respect is what just came through. Patience, love, and respect. Patience, love, and respect. Okay. Probably not bad things to keep in mind anyway. Don't be late. Yes, please don't be late. Please don't be late. Please don't be late. But I will go live on Patreon soon just to like check in with you guys, because I feel like it's also been a bit. I am going to do the full moon Scorpio live on Friday, this Friday at 4 p.m. But I want to connect with you guys sooner than that, so I might do it tonight. Okay. Any messages for the collective? April 15th to the 21st. April 15th to the 21st. Yeah, they keep saying that. Patience, love, and respect. Patience, love, and respect. Patience, love, and respect. Yeah, it feels like it's just a reminder to like maintain that level of integrity within your relationships or interactions with people. I really want to say interactions with people, to maintain patience, to maintain love, to maintain respect. And love doesn't have to be like love, right? Love is even just kindness, right? It's even just kindness. I might turn the light down. I feel like I'm getting a little toasty. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Not my favorite card, but you know, it's necessary reminder. I feel like this is just a reminder. It's a necessary reminder. I think this is also why they were bringing up patience, love, and respect. Like, while there is this deeper embracing of our animalistic nature, very human nature, right? I keep getting that one. Yeah, when it comes out, I'm like, oh. They're reminding me. But yeah, as we are embracing more of that human, primal, animalistic side of ourselves, so that we can also act on our truer desires, whatever they may be, to not lose ourselves in that. Remember, maintain the balance here. But this is also a reminder too, like, as to why it is important to also be human. Because we signed up for a human yeah, I gotta turn this down. This is way too toasty. Oh, okay. It's like, couldn't decide which one I wanted. Okay. Those lights are hot. But to remember that we are human. We are human and we are having a human experience, but we are also here to learn. We're here to experience things. We're here to grow. So you need to honor all of it. You need to honor all of it and walk in that balance. See. Ooh. The hunter. The hunter. Track down your fears and desires. I love this card, actually. Remember, I even said in the astrology. Wait, did I do a timestamp? I did. Okay. Remember, I said in the astrology, fears might come up. Fears might come up this week because of that Sun square Pluto. But when fears come up this week, it is the opportunity to face them, to get over them. So they're no longer a challenge for you moving forward. And what's cool about this card speaks to the silver lining of what fear really is and what it's showing you, right? Because as we like go through life, Earth School, as we go through life and we have these experiences, the things we really want, the things we get really excited about, also at the same time can instill fear. Like the things we give a shit about, like the things we don't care about, we're not afraid about messing up. We're not afraid about going for them because we don't care, right? But some of the things you have the deepest desires for also could show you potentially where your fears are and vice versa. So that's why I love this card coming out. I'm also getting that too, the effect of being here, the effect of Earth School. Sometimes being in Earth School, being here, can create fears that seem bigger than us or create fears that could even restrict us, right? So this is about this week being shown, or at least becoming aware, becoming even more aware of what is this deck. So it's my combination deck. So I combined the Angels and Ancestors deck and the Starseed Oracle deck for this one, just so you guys know. But anyway, coming back. Yes, being here, bad things happen. They just do. It's part of being here. It's part of the experience. And yes, it can create fear, but it's also our responsibility to recognize when fear is present and coming up and when it's hindering us. And so we can also just face them and continue on with what it is we really want to do or what we're even called to do. And when I say called, I just mean like our soul. It doesn't have to be like a crazy spiritual calling. I mean, like your soul wants something, your soul craves something, your soul's trying to express or experience something, right? So it's time to do that. It's time to do that and see what fears are compromising our ability to do that and get over them. Okay. Any other messages or insights for the collective this week? I'm cooling off. This reading is on point already. Yeah. Let's see here. Sorry, we'll see in a second. Look who showed up to the party. Wolfie Wolf with winter, with take care of your needs. So this card usually speaks to taking some hermit time. And maybe if you feel called to take hermit time, take your hermit time. I don't feel hermit. I don't. I feel like this is actually about getting into the underbelly of you, right? And winter does like can aid that, like allowing for introspection to take place. But this feels like getting down to your primal human animalistic needs and desires. That's what that feels like to me. And then we have Star Brothers, which I love this card. It's another one of my favorite cards. Horus. This is Horus energy. Protection, loyalty. Sorry, something just clicked in my mind on a personal level. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. So I'm getting a few things with this actually. How do we get into our most inner primal selves and do it in a way where we feel, one, safe, but we also have a sense of maturity and sorry, coming back. But we also have a sense of maturity, right? Of how we go about that, our sense of divinity. Horus energy, for anybody who's not familiar with Horus, Horus is like a very strong, like divine masculine sort of an energy. Horus is a warrior energy, but is also a protector, is also a lover. It's like, it's a very strongly compassionate masculine energy. I'll say it that way. So how can you call on that energy within yourself to also be able to get into your most primal self, right? Some of you, this may be in the form of a person or in your relationships as well, like playing off those dynamics off of each other. But I freaking love this reading for this week. This is really awesome. This is really awesome. Yeah. Acknowledging the past and acknowledging any restrictions and fears you have in the present that's been keeping your inner wolf suppressed, right? And then what responsibility or accountability that you can take on to allow yourself to feel safe to fully embody your wolf. I feel like some of you may discover certain skills actually that come with that wolf energy. I'm just calling it wolf. It might be something different for you. Some of you might be snake. Some of you might be lion. Some of you might be the bull or the cow, right? Some of you might be eagle or hawk or, insert here, because everyone's different. But this is also why it's like they're telling me to communicate it this way. So it's like I understand what I'm communicating. But yeah, let's see what other cards want to come out here, and then we will continue on. Penguin. Penguins are cool. I like penguins. Although I kind of feel sad for them. Their life is kind of hard. Beautiful life, but kind of hard. I think I know which one that was. Any other messages or insights? If some of you are feeling really alone in your journey, like you don't have anyone, call on Horus. Call on Horus. If you feel like you're struggling with like getting into your wolf and feeling safe doing that, and also like, navigating with your wolf, call on Horus for that. To help you with that. Thank you. They're reminding me of Sekhmet. Some of you may resonate more with getting into your inner Sekhmet, or some of you have been working with Sekhmet. So when it comes to different pantheons, every story has there's different versions, right? Every pantheon to different deities. But one that I really like about Sekhmet and Horus is Horus. Thank you. Horus actually came in and helped to tame Sekhmet. They tricked Sekhmet into basically binging, going on a stupor. I know that's how that sounds, but that is part of the story. Because she was so bloodthirsty, and so she was out of control. And so to tame her, they tricked her into basically over drinking beer that they've tried to pass off as blood. And so then she Horus comes in after she's all intoxicated and helps her, assists her into getting into a more calm state and becoming Hathor. I think it's kind of interesting. But anyway, so yeah, if you're struggling with your inner wolf and inner desires and impulses, some of you might identify it as Lilith energy. That is definitely prominent here as well. Call on Horus. All right, now we have activated earth. I knew that was this card that came out. Power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. It's time to travel. It's time to go. It's time for a little adventure. All that Aries energy, and obviously it's chart dependent too, and just where you're at in your life, but it is a big push to get away from routine, to get away from familiar, and to literally feed your sacred flame. It's to feed your passion, right? And this card speaks to that. This card speaks to going to places that can be activating for you, vortex places, sacred sites, places where the earth's mana is very strong, right? Bali, yes. Shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. Another wolf, just saying. Transform and unveil your gifts and water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Time away and time honoring all that Aries energy, all of that Aqua energy as well. Again, your inner wolf. Doing that is going to allow you to really open up in a way that you haven't before, to really see and understand what really is your full capacity of expression of self. Who are you when you are in full expression of all of who you are? I just heard untapped potential. We'll see if the snake card comes out for anybody in the animal spirit deck, but that's what I'm getting here. Honoring you, honoring your needs, honoring your desires. That's going to allow you guys to blossom in ways you just haven't before. Yeah. Some of you are afraid to do this. Some of you are afraid to allow yourself to do this. Some of you, that fear, follow the fear. Follow the fear. Why would you be afraid to do this? Why would you be afraid to give yourself what your soul is craving? What your inner animal needs? Why would you be afraid to do this? Only you can answer that, but it wants to be said that way. It wants to be said that way. Okay, what's at the bottom? Ooh. Oh, okay, thank you. Interesting. Not what I expected. We have wait. But everything's saying go. Wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven, and then we do have medicine guardian be open to healing information. Before all of this can really take place, this has to be addressed. That's why. That's why. First things first, right? You can't be in a state of full surrender if you have fear stopping you. So deal with your fear. Deal with your fear. This has to come first. Before any of this can play out, this has to come first. Because it's literally what's keeping you from this, right? Especially with medicine guardian being there too. Because we are talking about fears that stem from being in this human existence, right? Programs and trauma and things of the like and coping mechanisms, right? Strong Archangel Raphael energy here too, by the way. Yeah. So this has to come first. That has to come first. Yeah, even underneath that, we have spring, see your seeds grow. It almost feels like that leaping off into the future energy. Okay, nice. So that's the collective read. Let's get into elements. Oh yes, that Chiron and Aries. Yeah, calling me out. It's okay. I'm sure a lot of people feel called out. I feel a little called out too in this reading. Okay. It's my favorite part. Who's going first? Who be going first? It's funny, I just felt the Fae deck that I have, but I decided not to bring it out here. I'm not getting up and getting it. I'm not doing that. But I'm feeling it, so that might be some energy coming up for some of you guys, just the energy of the Fae. Air, water, earth, or fire. Ooh. Everyone's so loud. We're gonna do earth first. We're gonna do earth. Okay. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Like literally I tuned in and it was like I could feel everything. Like all the elements. It's like everyone's got something to say, which also makes sense with all this Aries energy. Everyone's got something to say. Using the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck first. For the Earthykins, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. What's going on for my earth signs? Oh, you guys feel explosive. You guys almost feel like literally, like, yeah, like earthquake or volcano. Like, it's like, okay. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo for this week. The 17th, wait, 17th? 17th, is that it? Yeah, 17th is coming up. That might be an important day for some of you guys. It's just a day that I'm seeing. The 29th, April 29th might be a big day as well. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Taurus, Virgo. Yeah, it just looks like you guys are like moving and grooving. Like you don't feel like you're really in the earth element. One more. What's going on for my earth signs? Some of you, it's like an internal restless energy that's like your horse, like your horse, sorry, your wolf. I just saw a horse on the comments, like your wolf trying to come out, but it feels agitated. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo for this week. Some of you might have a moment of like extreme nervousness. I just had that like adrenaline rush. Ooh. Like some of you are about to take a plunge into something. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But the Virgo me hates the Gemini me, so at least it's fair. I just had a rush. Yeah, I'm like, it's like, wait, is this a panic attack? Like, what is this? It's like an adrenaline rush. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo for this week. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo this week. Oh, that's what it is. It's being flooded with light. Unicorn. So this is the third eye chakra. But honestly, what I get with this is a flood of light. That's what I'm actually getting. Like a flood of light, cosmic energy, galactic energy, high vibe, high frequency energy. Y'all know what I'm saying. Just want to get like the adrenaline on my body. Yeah, it just feels like being flooded with energy is what I'm getting with that unicorn. This is also coming with downloads. Okay, this is going to be one of those reads. This is coming with downloads, major downloads, major awareness. I feel like it's going to make a lot of you restless. Before this hits you, you might get a massive wave of anxiety or restlessness. So just know that it might come with that. I would actually have a lot of like physical outlets around this week if you are experiencing that, like going to the gym, going hiking, yoga, dancing, whatever. Be really grounded. It's making me feel all kinds of weird things. Be really grounded as well. But the clarity that's coming in, it feels very vision-like having visions or very prophetic dreams. I'm just getting like visions. Don't be surprised as well if maybe you're having more like sensory experiences, various sensory experiences. Look what's on the bottom, whale. Yeah, this is earth signs. You're in for a very, very spiritual week. Very spiritual week. Metaphysical week for my earth signs. Anything else for my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Wow. Oh my God, my heart is like racing. We have butterfly. Ooh, butterfly is a card of freedom. It's a card of beauty and grace and birth and all of that. It just feels like so much light. It's like, I just keep getting that. So much light. But there's also going to be so much clarity too on how you can personally be free. Now, again, I keep getting this anxiety and restlessness. I think that's only going to be a problem if you fight this, okay? If you resist the truth that's coming through you. Ooh, yeah. If you resist the truth that's coming through you, you're going to have a very restless, anxious state of being here, okay? Anything else for my earth signs? And yeah, just heard take the plunge, take the plunge, take the plunge, take the plunge, take the plunge. You might have a moment of needing to embrace the full, like in the full energy, the full card. But that's coming by way of whatever clarity is coming in here for you as well. That you need to. Not need to, I'm not going to say that. That it would benefit you. I feel like I always say that every weekly. You need to. No, it would benefit you. Any other animals want to come up for my earth signs? I keep getting snake energy too. It's like you were in all the upper chakras this week, earth signs. Am I taking that? Yeah, you guys got a lot of cards now. Yep, totally taking the plunge. We have turtle with fish and earthworm. Yeah. Jump in. You're going to get the very strong clarity of what you really want, how you can really be free, what your real desires and passions are, what's going to really light you up, and you're going to be asked to take the plunge and surrender to it. And it's definitely going to require some faith, but the unicorn tells me the faith is there because you're basically getting blasted with light, okay? The faith is there. Earthworm speaks to the full energy. It speaks to encountering new foreign experiences, opportunities, people that you are not used to when you don't have a manual for, and it can be very uncomfortable. This does feel very restless and uncomfortable, earth signs, I gotta be honest, but the clarity is gonna be undeniable is what I'm getting. Like there's gonna be like no doubt that this is what you're being called to do or pulled to do. Overall, we do have the horse, which is kind of interesting coming out because unicorn is kind of horse-like too. But horse, I consider this card to be a mastery of earth in this deck as a Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, a little bit of a High Priestess energy. It doesn't have to be feminine. This is just how I see it. It is a card of being able to master multitasking and make it look easy and balance everything and all of that, right? Excuse me. But do it with beauty and do it with grace and do it with humility and integrity. What's underneath that is fire ant. Some of you in this earth signs are going to be asked to, I almost want to say, like, it's not just breaking routine. It feels bigger than that. Because with this, I'm getting this feeling of like having a lot on your plate and managing a lot on your plate, or having all these aspects of your life that you're always feeding. Like maybe you guys like yoga, so you're doing yoga all the time. And maybe you guys, and then you got to go to work. And then it's like, well, I'm on a new diet regimen. And then I like to also invest in this project and I'm learning this on the side. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stuff you've been juggling. But then you have the fire ant here. It's being challenged. All the things you've been investing in are being challenged, and how you go about them, how you sustain them, is being challenged here. And then we have cosmic egg, the crown chakra. You see what I'm saying? All these upper chakra energies with you. Whatever truth is trying to break through to you, earth signs, yes, anxiety, restlessness is part of it, but that's because you're being broken of your habits, essentially. You're being broken of the way you go about maintaining your life and your investments. And it's leading to a new sense of freedom and something totally new. Some of you might move, some of you guys might change careers. Some of you are going to have a very different understanding of who you even are. But it's all for the positive. It's all for a more authentic you, right? And an authentic life. The reads are going to be crazy today. They're already crazy. All right, let's get into some tarot here for my earth signs. It's like you're a horse becoming a unicorn. Which I kind of like for you, actually. You're a horse becoming a unicorn. But you've always been a unicorn. It's interesting, too. I'm looking at the visuals. Hold on a second. Look. One has the crescent moon, but then it's like the other has, right, a full-on horn. You're evolving into a unicorn, or you are remembering that you are actually a unicorn. And there is a different way. There's a different way that is more attuned to you. Oh, sorry, hold on a second. Oh. I agree. Okay. Oh. All right, tell me about unicorn. Well, actually, it's gonna be like the Hierophant or High Priestess or something like that, or the moon. Tell me about unicorn. Oh, well, that makes sense. Queen of Pentacles, and who is the Queen of Pentacles? The horse. Yeah, you're being broken of your horse form, so you're becoming a unicorn. This is breaking your programming, your routines, everything that revolves around how you maintain your physical reality, how you maintain your own physical stability, health, work, finances, the daily life of all those things. That is what is breaking right now. But I really want to say it's your own lens of it and your own beliefs around it. Tell me about unicorn. Am I taking this too? Yeah. Oh. King of Wands and Five of Wands coming in on the unicorn. That Five of Wands is that fire ant energy. So I'm just showing you guys what's come up here. Actually, hold it like that. Yeah, that Five of Wands is totally that fire ant energy. It's the discomfort. Let that horn breathe. Yeah. That is the irritation. Because this King of Wands energy, that is totally your energy, earth signs. That is that part of you that has passion and desire for something different. Like, yes, you want to maintain something comfortable and familiar, and you want to maintain stability. This is not about losing stability. It's not about losing it. It's about doing it in a more evolved way, in a way that's actually better for you. That is what this is about. And there's a piece of you, again, passion, fire, inner wolf, desires, but it's very mature. King of Wands, right? It's not a page, right? You can even see this as the Horus energy, the masculine energy within you too. Irritated, feeling restless because it needs a different outlet. Some of you, this is about incorporating more play, more spontaneity, and more space in your life to even just be in your own fire element. So it's going to be different for everybody, but that's what's coming through on the unicorn. Interesting. And if this involves any relationships that you've been having like competitive energy with, or just like not good stuff, combative tension, doesn't feel comfortable, the clarity as to why that's happening is going to come through. Tell me about butterfly. Ooh. Well, we knew that was coming. We knew that was coming. Full and butterfly. You don't even explain why this is here. It's the full. Leap. Leap. Leap into freedom, leap into new, leap into different. You know why that's here. Tell me, oh, okay, I'm gonna get one more for butterfly. Tell me one more for butterfly. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Butterfly, Fool, and the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups comes in many flavors. I was getting it's about illusion. It's about illusion. Illusions, fears, things that just really mucky up your own mind and energy, right? Free of all that stuff so it doesn't weigh you down. It doesn't zap your energy. Some of you, the Seven of Cups energy in your life has actually been zapping your energy. And it's about dropping that and getting away from that, which is going to come by way of the unicorn. Okay? All right. Turtle, fish, and earthworm. Ooh. We got Four of Cups coming in here. Four of Cups can be meditative energy. Four of Cups can be meditative energy. It can also be ignoring. I don't think you're ignoring anything. I think before the breakthrough of the unicorn comes in, I think you're actually feeling a lot. I mean, Seven of Cups and the Four of Cups, it's a lot going on there. And then between the 4 and the 7, there's a 3, thank you, distractions. There's a 3 of Cups energy. So I can tell, Earth signs, that some of you, before this unicorn breakthrough happens for you, that there is a little bit of a struggle between balancing what feels good, what actually makes you happy, what actually nourishes you, what actually depletes you. There's confusion around it, is what I'm getting. There's confusion around it. And the Four of Cups is telling me that taking the time to really discern and navigate that. But what's going to be required is a full surrender into the reality and the truth of what's going on, which is going to break through with the unicorn energy. So I would actually say a little bit of hermit mode might not be a bad idea, but it's not like hermit, it's reflective. Introspective, thank you. They said introspective. Introspective. You got to get in your heart there. You got to get in your heart. They wanted me to say that again. You got to really get into your heart. Okay. Look at that. Knight of Swords. I feel like that Knight of Swords is literally just you trying to break through. Trying to break through with the truth. I feel like it's your inner unicorn going like, hey! It's the inner unicorn trying to talk to you. Some of you might be perceiving this as speaking to an aspect of self, like a future self even. Some of you, it's actually a little bit more the opposite of like going back to an old version of yourself. I just feel like a conversation between you and yourself is honestly what I'm feeling there. All right, let's see what anything else wants to come up. Any other messages or insights from Earth signs? I just heard frustration. Frustration? 5 of Wands, frustration. Some of you are dealing with some anger. Why are you really angry? You got to get in your heart for that. Why are you really angry? The anger is going to lead you to the Knight of Swords. That's really just you, which is going to lead you to the unicorn energy, the breakthrough. Follow the anger. And just as I said that, Knight of Pentacles came out, diligence, landing on the Fool and the 7 of Cups. Diligence, diligence. The way you've gone about diligence, duty, responsibility, I think has created or added to the Five of Wands and Seven of Cups energy. Something to explore there. It just feels like needing to review and discern between feelings, desires, wants, responsibilities, duties, and what you can actually do, right? There's a needing to navigate that. It feels like almost needing to put the Knight of Pentacles energy in review. I feel like the Knight of Pentacles has been creating the Seven of Cups, when really you just want to be the Fool and be away from all of that. So need to review there. Anything else for my earth signs? Oh, we love that, don't we? The world. The world. Stepping through the portal of the world. When the world comes out, we're talking about big, big cycles, big, big lessons, massive shift in our belief systems and consciousness as well. The world is Saturn. The world is also a fixed energy, the fixed signs. But when it comes out, it's a huge indication of a massive shift that we're going through internally in our belief systems, or like a Saturn return cycle, right? It's kind of like that. Ooh. Oh, I feel like I'm getting a glimpse of your anger here. Look at that. Look what's underneath the world. Seven of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Five of Swords. I'm getting Earth School. They're pulling me to the Earth School card with this. So this just feels like programming and past experiences that are fueling the Knight of Pentacles energy that you're working in. How you show up, how you're diligent, how much you invest, how much of a ride or die are you when it comes to your responsibilities and obligations as a Queen of Pentacles even, and how that's actually in dissonance with your soul. You're going to get the breakthrough, but you got to get in the Four of Cups energy to get the breakthrough. Okay? Wow. All right, let's move on. The song from The Lion King 2 that they sing to banish Kovu came in. Oh, it's funny. Not funny, but I don't remember the song, but I was obsessed with Lion King 2 when I was younger. I was obsessed with it, and I was obsessed with Kovu. Kovu's like so scorpionic. It's not even funny. Smash the like button. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now I want to watch that movie. Maybe if I don't have time to watch a movie, but if I get any time anywhere, I'm watching that movie. All right, moving on. Air, fire, or water. Disgrace. Oh, that's right. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Evil is plain as the scar on his face. Oh. Yeah, it feels like being condemned. It feels like old energies of like being wrongfully condemned, persecuted, like while being in Earth School, right? All of that stuff. I can hear you singing. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Air, fire, or water. Am I going? Wait. Air. Everyone's in different elements right now. Air. Air feels like earth. Fire feels like water. I'm going with air. Okay, I'm going with air. Air, they were showing me a giant tree, like a giant tree. Some of you guys are working with trees right now, but that to me actually feels more of like a symbol of your antenna. I'm like, I don't want to say that. How deep your roots are and how high you stand in your energy. So how connected and rooted you are. Some of you are becoming aware that you want to work on your personal tree. Are all the reads going to be super spiritual? Maybe. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Thank you, Alejandra. Thank you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, I feel like you guys are in earth and water. This is like so interesting. It's funny when like that happens. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, I feel like air signs, you're really working on nourishing your tree of life, you could even call it. So really just, I feel like a lot of you are just trying to get in tune with what actually will feed you, nourish you, Keep you calm, keep you grounded, keep you centered. That's what I'm feeling there. Something about a rush of water, though. Something about a rush of water. Is this a release or is this... It doesn't feel like a release. No, it feels like nourishment. It feels like literally having water, like, flow all over you is what this feels like. Could be doing with the water sign. Could have water in your chart. Amor, Aslucha, thank you for the $4.99. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate, much appreciate. I want to like it, but I like... Okay, whatever. Anyway. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, I just keep feeling like being surrounded in water is what I keep feeling like. Some of you guys could be working with water, like intentionally, like as visuals, or bringing that into your space. Oh. What did I say? Earth and water for my air signs. We first card out is Earth, but it's Lamb. It's Lemmykins. Lamb is the baby energy for me. It's usually a card that comes out when you're really, really new at something, similar to Earthworm, but it's more about being green behind the ears, like a little naive, or it could actually be about like being reborn anew, being cleansed, being cleared. I feel like you're being cleansed. Air almost called you earth signs, air signs. Something's been restored. Thank you. That's what it is. Something's being restored for you. I feel like it's through water. I feel like it's through the element of water, though, that something is being restored. Tell me about Lamb. Tell me about Lamb. Can I get one more card for Lamb? Oh, man. Hawk. Okay. So air signs, a couple things coming in here with us that I'm feeling with you. Some of you guys are going to have your team come in really close. A lot closer to kind of hold you in a container, almost like incubation is what that feels like to me. And I do feel like it is to be cleansed and purified through water. Some of you, this is going to feel like a birthing experience, okay? But it is to restore you. It is to help you recover. It is to help you heal. I keep getting restored anew, restored anew, restored anew, restored anew. I keep getting that. So some of you guys, again, your team's going to come in really close to hold you in that space. Even the hawk coming out here is reminding me of Horus. So if you don't work with Horus already, I would definitely start working with him if you are resonating with this, because Horus is really good at that too. Horus is really good at coming in and protecting. So that's one thing that I'm getting. Another is that I'm actually getting this feeling of like, I don't want to say this, like you're being led to water. It's a lot about water coming up for you, air signs. You're being led to go to the water. And however that translates for you, because that could be like physically, maybe you're being called to go to the water. And so once you go to wherever you're being called to go to the water, there's going to be something very restoring and healing and rejuvenating about it. Some of you, it's about going where your water is held. Where your water is held. I feel like some of you, that's internal work of like where in your body you have stored emotions that need to come out. Some of you, it's actually going to like a person or people that nourish you, that bring the water to you. Could even be water signs. It's all about the water. It's all about the water there for my air signs. All right. Any other messages or insights for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, whoa. Look what card came flying out. The whale. Well, that's a lot of water. That's literally the depths of the ocean. That is a lot of water. Okay. Whale is very Piscean. It speaks to the great mystery. It speaks to spirit. It speaks to the limitlessness of our own consciousness and our own souls and what resides there. It also speaks to the cosmic womb. Yeah, I like air signs. Some of you are literally going through this like incubation birthing process this week. Okay. Most of you, it's really just this healing that's trying to happen for you, but it's all about the water. Go to where your water is held. Where are you holding water emotions in your body that wants to move? Go to the ocean, go to the rivers. It's like, go to people who hold a lot of water, right? That's what's coming through here. But spirit is right there with you. Very interesting reading. Let's see what else wants to come up for my air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ooh. Because because then you're going to encounter this tarantula. When you embrace the water, when you allow the water to flow, or you go to the water, whatever that means to you, you're going to see something for what it is. Tarantula. Tarantula is like a crossroads energy. It's my Two of Wands energy. Some of you may have been struggling with a decision, or even feeling like maybe where you're at on your path, you're not feeling great about it. And maybe you have been feeling like you need to make a choice or a pivot. The truth is going to become very obvious to you as to what that is when you get in your water, to the water, allow the water to flow, because it's going to be cleansing. 444, by the way, people in here right now. And you're going to see the tarantula for what it is. I feel like you're going to see whatever fears you have around why you're feeling that way about your path. Okay. Now we have Owl coming out on Hawk and Lamb. Oh, Nicole, thank you for the $9.99. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing your gift with us. Well, thank you for receiving it. Thank you. Now we have Owl coming out here. Owl is very High Priestess energy. Owl is the night eagle. Can see in the dark, right? Very, very psychic. I'm getting strong telepathy as well. Some of you could have very strong telepathy with another person. Could even just be being open to guidance from your own team and your own intuition. This feels very, very like water sign. This does not feel like an air sign reading at all. It literally feels like you're supposed to like breathe water right now, and that's going to nourish you. That's going to nourish and heal you and help you rejuvenate and recover. That's just what I keep getting. But it is leading you towards something positive, because when the owl comes out, it usually means that there's a gift not too far behind as well. It's very interesting. Some of you guys are going to be called to travel. Travel is going to be coming up for a lot of people. Yeah. It just feels like an undeniable call to water. It just feels undeniable. And when you answer it, you're going to see any fears or restrictions you have regarding this choice or this feeling of being in a place in your life that you don't want to be. And you're going to really understand why you feel that way and what's driving that feeling and what's behind that and what to do about it. Overall, we do have the throat chakra card, the black egg. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, we like the tiger. We like the tiger. This is an interesting vibe, because the tiger in this deck speaks to spiritual awakening, divine insights. It also speaks to like passion and sensuality and ferocity and all of that too behind the throat chakra. This feels like it's coming in after all of this. Like it's something to be unveiled after you have this cleansing, after you have this rejuvenation, after you get this clarity. This feels like part of the clarity. So kind of speaking back to the collective message about this like inner primal sense of self that wants to come up and out and has a lot to say and wants to do a lot. That's what I feel here. That's what I feel here with you. But it feels very deeply buried, which is kind of interesting. So it's like, here you are, getting the call to be cleansed and rejuvenated, to heal for a lot of you. Embrace the water, embrace the water. You will see the truth of why you feel this way in your life, why some of you may feel stuck. Some of you feel like stagnant. Some of you may feel like you need to make a change, but you don't know what. You're going to understand why you feel that way. And what you're going to find is this. What you're going to find is this. I just feel such like a juiciness behind that tiger. Like, and I keep going like up here to my mouth. So it's like juicy words. Something powerful about words for you coming out here. I don't feel boundaries. I feel like maybe somebody else just asked about that. I don't feel boundaries. It just feels like power. It's interesting because it's air sign reads. Some of you guys are going to find your voice. Your true voice. Your true voice? Thank you. Your true voice. You're going to find your true voice. Excuse me. You're going to find your true voice. Oh my. All right. Let's pull some tarot cards. So doesn't feel like an air sign reading. Any other message? Ow. Hold on my own hair. Any other messages or insights for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Authentically speaking, I don't know if people are ready for my true voice. I think they are. I'm just saying. I think they are. All right, tell me about Lamb with Hawk and Owl. Where are we at time-wise? Oh, we're not doing too bad. Remember one time it was like, oh my God. I remember one time it was like 3 hours. So interesting, right? With this whole, eventually you're gonna get to the nitty-gritty of your real voice. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords might be coming out for a lot for people. So far everyone's gotten this card, although we've only had 2 elements. Knight of Swords totally feels like this. That totally feels like this energy to me. Hold on, I just heard distortion. Wait a minute. What's the distortion? Okay, thank you. Some of you, that's also part of what needs to be cleansed or transmuted. God, it's like such a hard thing to describe. So they're kind of bringing back to the wolf, like wolf in sheep's clothing a little bit. Like, it's like, I feel like that's not translating right. Like when speaking, and we're speaking from a place that feels powerful. Okay, thank you. They said just speak through it. When we're speaking from a place that feels powerful, so speaking to those who resonate with this, there's going to be a realization of how often when you are feeling like you're speaking from power, that you're actually speaking from fear. Okay? And there's a distortion with that, and that's part of this rejuvenation to get to your true voice, not your fearful voice that you think is your power voice, but it's really just your fearful voice. Interesting. Okay. Tell me more about Lamb with Hawk and Owl. Wow, King of Wands too. Knight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Yeah, I keep getting back to that same message, right? It's like in the way that we speak and how we're speaking and the energy, the emotions behind it, what's really driving what it is that we're all saying. And I'm going to say we, because we are a collective. We're doing elements, but we're a collective here, right? What's really driving that? Is that a feeling of fear, of insecurity, of not being able to do this, not being able to do that, not feeling like your feet are on the ground? Is it wanting control? Is it wanting to be in a power position? It's like, I just keep getting, it's recognizing that when we're speaking from power, some of us are mistaking fear for power. You understand what I'm saying? Where it's really fear, not power, and what really is power, right? What really is power? Some of you might actually reflect on that question with yourself. What really is power? And how do you actually speak from a powerful place? Is it just that you're being so connected to self that there's just this undeniable divinity in how you are speaking from within yourself and your own truth? Is that power? Sweet Peace, thank you for the $20. Thank you. So generous. I would love a little hugging emoji. It's very cute. Is it confidence? Is it just self-esteem and self-worth? Is it boundaries? Like, what is it? I think that's something you guys are going to question for yourselves. But when we act out of fear to try to control or to try to feel safe, that's not power. That's fear. Interesting. Tell me about Whale and Tarantula for my air signs. Yes, please like the video. Pretty please. Tell me about Whale and Tarantula. Oh. Once you see this, once you acknowledge this, you'll understand how to speak in a way that's really coming from what your true desire really is and not from fear. Ace of Wands. And again, like anyone who's been feeling stuck on their path or stagnant or feeling like they're doing stuff, they're like, I don't know if I should be doing this, I think I should be doing something else. It's going to become very, very clear. It's going to become clear. It's going to become clear how to not be stuck in that anymore. Tell me more about whale and tarantula. Do you know how to wield your stick? Interesting, that just came up. Do you know how to wield your wand? Remember, King of Wands did come out. He holds the wand, right? Do you know how to wield that? Do you know how to wield that? Oh, more wands coming out. Wow. That's quick. Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Seven of Wands energy there as well. Once you come into this rejuvenation, right? Once you come into this clarity of like what's been putting you in this kind of tough place, there's nothing going to be holding you back. The truth is very empowering for you. The truth is very empowering for you. There's no way you're going to be held back once you really see what's going on here within yourself. And that also is true power as well, right? When we just have such a strong connection to self and knowing of ourselves and what we feel and what we want, there's no reason to not go for it, right? Wow. Knowing. King of Swords on the bottom. All right. Any other messages or insights from my air signs? More fire. This all started with go to the water, go to the water, go to the water. This might also be like, again, like, you know, water and fire tempering, right? This might also indicate why you need so much water to actually help to balance you enough to to actually use your fire appropriately. But now we have the Nine of Wands. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Determination. Determination. They said it's because of determination. That's why the Nine of Wands is here. It's determination. But now that you have this clarity and you can review where you're really coming from within yourself, you can be that determined, right? And actually get somewhere with it versus be that determined and feel stuck and wasting your energy. Anything else for my air signs? Anything else for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ooh. Wow. Nine of Wands and the Three of Swords. I feel like I'm talking to air signs who've been very disappointed. Like, being at that tarantula spot has really been draining. It's been draining. It's been disappointing. It's been very uncomfortable. It's been very frustrating. But again, you can still be determined now and move forward and be successful with it after you do this. After you embrace the water, let the water flow, go to the water, etc., and get down into what your fears really are and like why you are working from that place, right? Yeah. Overall, we have Page of Pentacles. Jesus, more fire. With the Five of Wands. This feels like a new plan. This feels like a new plan and also just reflecting on that Five of Wands energy. But that's honestly all I'm getting from that. Some of you could actually have like a disagreement with a friend in all of this because this is my friendship card. We do have the Three of Swords, and that could also be why, you know, you have some of that Nine of Wands energy, which can be like triggered, wounded energy as well. So if you've been having a disagreement with anybody or tension with anybody, why that's been happening is going to become clear, and how to move beyond that is going to become clear as well. Okay? Especially when you start speaking from your true voice. Yum. All right. Who's going next? Who be going next? Oh. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna have to like do some breath work after this. So it's fire or water. Ooh. Water, you feel interesting. We're going with water. Actually, I guess I'll just do like 40. Yeah, okay. Whew, water signs. Everyone's like, water, do water. Please, please, please. Oh, water signs. What is up? Gotta record Virgo. Okay, love you too. Talk to you later. Enjoy recording. Okay. Water. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What's going on for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Getting a lot of purple. Getting a lot of purple. Crown energy. Also feels very sensual, water signs. Feels very sensual. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Scorpio. Yeah, there's something very there's something very sensual about your energy, water signs. It feels a little bit like your water's definitely like churning and flowing a bit. Just interesting transitioning out of that air sign read. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer. Like I'm just seeing like big waves, like big waves. It feels like something is inspiring you or getting your engine going is how that feels to me. Like something is churning your internal energy. Maybe getting you excited even. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. For this week, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Ooh. Oh, water signs. Elephant coming out here. This is a breakthrough card. This is the walls are being broken down. Wait, didn't we have this last week? Like the levee's breaking? The levee's broken. It feels a little bit like that, but not in like a flood way. It feels like something's being freed for you, is what that feels like. Like something's been released, something's done with, something is closed out, and a part of you is more free, or you are more free, is what that feels like. And I do feel excitement there. Some of you, this actually could be like sexual healing or sexual awakening for some of you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Oh, and then they just show me pink. And it's like, okay, so they were trying to show me it's not all about that. It's not all about that, but that's part of it. But showing me that pink energy that just came in, there is a softness, like a higher heart chakra energy coming through this for you as well. Okay, so I like that. Ooh, interesting. So Beaver, feels like some of you have had some sort of liberation. I want to say with work, actually. With work or your routine. Something that's been burdensome. Something that's just been too much. Something that's been too much. Something that's been taking away from your sense of play and enjoyment and fun and passion. Feels arduous. I feel like I didn't say that word right. Yeah. Anything else for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, now they're showing me pink. Now they're showing me pink everywhere. Some of you have been bored. Sorry, I just gotta speak on this. Some of you have been bored. Like bored. Like I can't do the machine anymore. I can't do this every day anymore. Or I can't do this every week anymore. Yeah, like you've been needing a spark of excitement. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Spark of excitement, snake comes out. Ooh. Oh, yeah, water signs. This totally, to me, feels like a sensual, sexual liberation of sorts, is what this feels like to me, which would make sense, right? If you've been like bored about something or just stuck in routine or the mundane, it means you haven't been feeding that like pleasure, passion, the of you, right? But I feel that here with Snake and Deer. Deer is divine feminine principle in this deck. She speaks to grace, compassion, empathy, but she's also sensuality as well. And so is Snake. And this one in particular is about tapping into untapped potential. I'm hearing stuck. Like this, yeah, this feels like popping the cork on a bottle of your energy. And it feels like it's your sensualness that somehow has been chained to something that's been suffocating it, actually. Anything else for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, totally feels like sensual, sexual, creative liberation is what that feels like. My water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Oh, like we needed the confirmation, right? Phoenix. We didn't need the confirmation, but there it is. Wow, there it is. Wow, water signs. This is going to be a good week for you. It's like, I'm here. It's like blossoming out of a flower. It's like opening your wings and being like, look at me. It's like, you're here. You are very much here, and you are very much free in all of your passion. I keep getting it's about passion. Your passion, creative energy, sensuality, sexuality, your magic. On the bottom, we have Nightingale. Okay, so this is a throat chakra energy, communicative energy. Interesting. Raccoon. Ooh, hyena. Oh, okay. I'll talk about that in a minute. Then we got camel. I don't like these energies. I don't like these for you, but you're clearly leaving them behind. I'm actually hearing they're being eclipsed out by the nightingale. So the eclipse is probably playing a role in this for you as well. But this feels heavy. Feels like being weighted down by routine and 3D life and responsibility and It's like it's being weighed down by all of that, but you are breaking free of that. You are totally breaking free of that. Hyena is like a 7 of Swords energy. Raccoon is like a hiding, masking, can't be myself energy. Camel is a bit of a survival energy for me as a reader. But this is what is eclipsing all that out for you, is the nightingale. So while I feel like this is creative liberation, sensual, passionate, sexual liberation, it feels like some of you are also having a form of liberation in your voice. Some of you actually, this is going to have to come with a shift in your level of communication. Interesting. That's how they put it. In your level of communication, maybe how much you communicate, how little you communicate. Quality, they're saying level. The level at which you communicate. Intriguing. The level at which you communicate and express yourself. Some of you could actually start getting into like public speaking or singing, right? Or even writing, or even like becoming more involved in social media. It's at the level that you speak. So it's interesting. I'm getting nasally again. So like air sign, was it air signs I just did? Yeah, air signs. So air signs had that in theirs. It was more about not speaking from fear, right? Speaking from an empowered place. This feels like speaking from a passionate place for you. Speaking from here. Speaking from here. There also is this feeling too of like less concern of, I want to say, almost like less appropriate. It's like so weird how this is coming through. Like, yeah, and the way you're speaking, it's like, it's definitely more authentic, but it's like spicier, but not in like not in an attitudinal way. It's like more playful, more sensual, more flirty, more sensual, more sensual, more passionate. But it doesn't feel aggressive. It doesn't feel cutting. It doesn't feel attitudinal. It just feels, more sensual. I know, it's a very interesting reading. Let's go and pull some cards here for you, water signs. Some of you are getting way better at also speaking on your needs. That just came through. Speaking on your needs and your wants, actually communicating what it is. Okay, so that makes sense why it's actually more of a sensual place. Communicating more on what it is you want and being very clear about it. Which is very Aries. I don't think I've ever met an Aries that doesn't constantly communicate what they want, which is beautiful. I think that's like totally a gift of Aries. I think that's totally a gift. It can be a little shadowy sometimes, but that is totally a gift of Aries. Tell me about elephant and beaver. Oh, that was quick. Oh, look what came out. Yeah, definitely breaking away from something you've been bonded to. I'm going to show it to you upright. breaking away from something you've been bonded to, something or someone. It's a contract, it's an obligation, it's an agreement, it's a sense of duty. But I just keep getting devil energy here. It's kept you tied. It's kept you tied and you don't want to do it anymore. Yeah, it's like you're breaking the rules a little bit. People might start seeing you as maybe not so ethical. People might accuse you of not being, yeah, just like not being a certain way that people are used to you being. There's a card in the wisdom or in the is it called Wisdom Oracle? It's like the red one with like spirals on it. There's a card in there that says by the book. You're not doing shit by the book anymore. You're like, book, what book? Fuck the book. Like that's the kind of energy you're in. Not even that cutting though. It's like not even that sassy. It's just very factual of you're not gonna play by those old rules anymore. You're just not doing it. It's actually very Aquarian. Oh, my hip. Tell me more about elephant and beaver. Some of you, this is actually about going through a divorce or getting out of a business partnership. And as I say that, yeah, we have the Page of Pentacles coming out here with the Hierophant. Yeah, you're looking into other things for yourself. You're looking into how you can be this liberated and free in this kind of energy. And full of life. Full of life. I like that. It's like going from being like dutiful and being full of life. I like it. Like you feel like you've wasted too much time in this Hierophant energy. Hierophant is also spiritual energy. I'm not speaking to like the spirituality aspect of it. I just keep feeling chains of rules and ethics and belief systems. And you're like, you know what? Those don't work for me anymore. So I'm just not going to do that. Tell me about Deer, Snake, and Phoenix for my water signs. Yeah, I just heard unconventional, and look what just came out, the Lovers. Interesting. Hold on a second. I said hold on and it disconnected. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I heard unconventional and then Lovers came out here. People might tell you you're very unconventional. You could have strong air in your chart. I keep getting Aquarius and then Lovers is Gemini energy, but it doesn't have to be. Could this also be about a relationship? If you're going through a sexual awakening, there probably is a person involved in this in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't have to be, but wouldn't be shocked if there is one. But yeah, you're just in alignment with your true self. And I just keep getting, you might be seen as unconventional. People might call you certain things. People might misjudge you, but you don't really care. You don't really care. Tell me about Deer, Snake, and Phoenix. Oh, wow. You so don't give a fuck. Like, you so don't care. You so don't care. With Lovers and the Fool being there. Fool really does not give a shit. Wow. Wow. Can I get another one, please? And then we have Seven of Wands. Yeah, you're just feeling really confident about this shift. I don't know what's causing the elephant energy to like break you out of these old restrictive, I just keep getting like chains, restrictive beliefs and ideas and morals and rules. And again, some of you, it's like a contract or a marriage or something like that. Could even be like work, right? And you're just like, nope, I'm doing things differently. You feel very strongly about it. And you're really standing up for yourself and making this choice and making this shift and just being who you are in this way. Very interesting. Let's see what other cards want to come out. Wheel of Fortune keeps trying to show itself too. Anything else for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, we got Eight of Swords out here. That landed on the Fool. Eight of Swords feels like something you're breaking out of. So this feels like the elephant energy is breaking this. The elephant energy is breaking the Eight of Swords, which makes sense with everything that I'm getting with you. Because Eight of Swords is a self-imposed mindset. And that's what you're breaking away from, is some sort of like obligation to this belief system or this way of doing things. And you're no longer attaching to this is the way it needs to be. You're saying, screw that. I don't have to be that way. This doesn't have to be that way. I'm going to do me all day. Very cool. Anything else for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, wow. I'll show you guys in a second. That King of Wands keeps coming out. Look what landed on the Hierophant. 5 of Cups. Whatever this contract, obligation, or belief system is, or even like maybe it's your own personal like values, right? Or rules, work situation, whatever. It's bringing you a lot of disappointment. It's actually making you feel very beyond unfulfilled is what I want to say. I want to say it's actually been like chipping away at your soul a little bit, is what it feels like with that 5 of Cups. It feels like it's been chipping away at your soul. And you've been feeling so trapped by it that like you can't do anything else, or you can't leave it, or you can't do something different. But you can. You absolutely can. And you absolutely are. You absolutely are. Overall, we have King of Wands. Wow. Oh, look at you. Look at you, water signs. Look at you being a fire sign. And being like, nope, I got my wand. I got my wisdom. I've got my confidence. And I've got my 2 feet. And I'm walking into something else. I'm not doing this anymore. Underneath the Ace of Wands, we have death. Yeah, this is quite a shift. Again, I keep getting it's about belief systems or a work situation or some kind of contract. That's what I keep getting. And you're just like, I'm not allowing myself to be restricted anymore. I'm just not doing it. I'm out. I'm outie. Congratulations. Very cool. All right, let's move on. Woo. Okay. Last but not least, fire signs. We'll do 50 there. Okay. Whew. Fire signs. What's going on for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. I feel a lot of water with you guys too, actually. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius for this week. What's going on for my fire signs? A lot of talking is what I do. There's a lot of talking going on for my fire signs. Okay. A lot of talking. A lot of exchanging of words happening here. I feel boundaries with you guys. I do. I feel like you guys are putting your foot down with people. But I keep getting a lot of water too. So let's see how this comes out. Aries, Leo, Sag. Ah. Oh my. Wow, that was very fast. Oyster and dragon. Yeah, I feel strong boundaries here for you fire signs. It's interesting because oyster is a water card, and then dragon is solar plexus, which is like fire. But I keep getting actually words are exchanged here, which is strange. So explicitly, I would normally read this as like your hidden power as a dragon energy, or your inner dragon is wanting to come out. But I think it's out. I think it's out. I think it's very out. Some of you might perceive this as your own shadow, but it's really just your place of confidence and being like, hey, here's the line, here's the boundary, and I'm drawing it. And I feel like that's why oyster is here, to draw the line where it needs to be drawn. So I like that. I like that energy for you. Yeah, I feel a lot of like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I feel like a lot of energy going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it does feel like words to me. It does feel like words to me. Alin, thank you for the $20. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. I don't need super chats. But I appreciate it. I receive it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I feel boundaries. I feel boundaries. If any of you struggle to get in your dragon energy, then definitely this speaks to, hey, get within yourself and find your inner dragon and let it out so you can place boundaries where boundaries need to be drawn. But yeah, it feels like draw the line is what that feels like. Draw the line, draw the line, draw the line. Ooh, what is that? Okay, so fire signs, this could, what I'm about to say, this could be you or this could be someone you're dealing with. I do feel like this isn't to be creepy. This isn't to like create drama in a reading either. It's just what I'm feeling. And I got to be honest with what I feel. I feel like someone's trying to poke in where they shouldn't be. Like someone's trying to like look in on things and they're not supposed to. Yeah, my body just went, it's like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, fire signs. So again, this could be you. And if it's you, you know. But if it's someone that you've dealt with, if it's someone that you're dealing with, I feel like you're not even actively dealing with them because they're trying to get in when they shouldn't be getting in. Or they're trying to like check up on you when you're not dealing with them. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't like that energy, especially with it being a chakra card. Swear I just saw something. Sorry. Especially with it being a chakra card, right? It's like, to me, that almost says like astrally or telepathy or stuff like that. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. So if you're doing that, I would ask yourself, why are you doing that? But if it's someone else, it's someone else. That could also be why you're feeling the need to draw a line. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Ooh, okay, bat. We like bat. Bat speaks to changes being afoot. Okay. It also speaks to being able to see your way through changes and seeing your way through the darkness, right? To the light. The moon. Something, okay. Yeah, fire signs. This is kind of a weird reading. I did not expect this for you, but it clearly has to come out. So it's coming out in fire signs. Something that you have not been aware of is about to be revealed to you. And it could be about someone who's maybe been trying to check up on you or trying to find out something about you. Or like maybe just finding out someone's true intentions and then boom, you got to draw the line. That's what I'm really getting with the bat. That you're becoming aware of something that's been hidden from your awareness. Can someone prevent telepathy from another? Yeah. You just don't allow that you just don't allow the exchange to happen. So for example, like, you know, when someone thinks about you a lot or is like trying to like talk to you in that way, you'll probably start thinking about them or feel their energy or suddenly feel like you're having a conversation with them. And it takes discipline, but you can cut that off. It is an energetic thing. It's about where your own awareness and focus is. So it's like someone could be doing that with you, but if you really don't want to and you are really good at shifting your focus into other channels, right? To your other telepathic friendships or into putting your focus into yourself or dropping you into your body or even just like picking up a task and doing something that way. That is how you can cut that off. It takes practice though. Don't eat what they try to feed you. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I gotta be honest, fire signs. Something's coming out from behind the dark side of the moon here. And it does feel a little bit like a secret, like you're finding something out and that you just didn't know what was going on. I don't really like that. Tell me more about the bat. I haven't had one of these readings in a bit. I actually haven't had one of these readings in a while. Tell me more about the bat. Interesting. So we have spider and lion coming out. Spider is a network energy. It is a creative energy. It is building something, pulling something in, or making connections with people. And lion is the king of wands. So it's being able to do that and to make connections. So I feel like this is something you're doing in your own life right now. I feel like you are re-examining your tribe and your network. You're re-examining your relationships and the people that you're dealing with. And it's like, ooh, who's got stuff that they've been hiding from me? And who do I need to set boundaries with? And who do I want to keep in my web? That's what I'm getting with that. Some of you, your intuition is suddenly going to like spike and you're just going to know. You're just going to know that certain people are up to no good. So you're refining your web of people. Okay? Let's see what other ones want to come out here for you. Any other messages or insights for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah, your intuition's going to tell you. Look what we have now on Dragon. We have the Owl. Yeah, High Priestess energy, another card of being able to see in the dark, to see light in the dark. But also when the Owl comes out, there are good things afoot. And so I feel like, yeah, fire signs, I feel like this is your time to examine what's going on the dark side of the moon, using your own intuition and also being introspective and looking at the people you're dealing with, looking at your connections and doing some refining. Okay? Gotta clean his litter box. And doing some refining there. That's what I'm getting with that. Because I think there are good things coming your way. I think there are things that you want to put your energy into that you realize are a possibility and you can actually make a reality. But there are some people in your web that probably shouldn't be there. I'm getting something else here. Hold on, what is this? Some of you, this might be prompted by your own fear of betrayal. Okay? But sometimes fears are valid. Sometimes they're not. Right? So if this is being prompted by fear, it's your responsibility to be discerning enough as to, okay, is this fear really just bringing up illusions and holding me back? Or is this fear actually my intuition telling me something's not right? Right? Okay. Any other messages or insights for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Oh, damn. All right, fire signs. We have Frog and Buffalo. Buffalo's the Tower card. But it's about getting through changes and shifts with ease and with grace. But with Frog coming out here, that's like a 5 of Cups energy. So fire signs, this is a general reading, so take it as it resonates. But this is definitely looking like the realization of certain things that you've been emotional. It really feels like people, but it could even be things that you've been emotionally attached to that gotta go. That cannot be part of your web. If you're really looking to be in that like lion energy and to enjoy life the way you want to enjoy it, right? But yeah, it's looking like some stuff's got to go or some people got to go. Yeah, I did water signs. I'm on the last element. Overall, we do have Earthworm. Earthworm came out for someone else, but this is a discomfort with being in a very uncomfortable place. It's usually some kind of a new situation or just being in like foreign territory. It feels like whatever or whoever you're cutting out of your web is probably something or someone you never thought you would, which also means you're probably having realizations about yourself in turn, right? So coming into a new level of truth about you and who you really are, because you're also seeing the truth of the people you're dealing with. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to be in an even deeper or more authentic place of self. It's uncomfortable. And underneath that, we do have Zebra as well. So Zebra also speaks to that, like being your authentic self and being fully out there. Underneath that, we have Octopus. So yeah, fire signs. The deeper we get into this, by the way, we also have Vulture. It's just, it's important. I'll explain. The deeper we get into this, you're just realizing how much of your web is built up of ideas or beliefs or people that actually restrict you from being yourself. Wait, didn't you have something similar last week? I feel like you had something similar last week. I think the peacock was involved, and I don't remember. I think the peacock was involved. But this is about going through a change, a shedding, a death process of what and who is preventing you from being your true authentic self, who you really are. And it's all circulating around refining your web of people and ideas and beliefs. But you're the only one who can make that determination for yourself. But it does look like some things where people are going to have to go. Wow. Okay. Peacock was involved last week. Okay, I thought so. Any other messages or insights for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Peacock did come out for fire last week, yeah. You know, oh, hey, Clydester. He's like, hi, buddy. Aries, Leo, Sag. You wanna come up here? You wanna come up here? No? No? Okay. Sorry, Clyde's just like hanging out with me right here. He definitely wants something, I just can't tell what. Okay. Tell me, oh. Fire signs, your Clyde. Your Clyde. Your cards are coming out so fast. Bobby, you haven't jumped up on the table in a long time while I've been reading. Bubster. Don't get comfortable, though. Okay. So, one card did come flying out, and it's Justice. So, kind of confirms what I was already saying, right? Wait, hold on a second. What you trying to do? What you trying to do? Oh. I know, you're so handsome. You're so handsome. Okay, sorry. He just hasn't done that in so long. It just makes me happy. Cats clear energy. They do. They do. And we are doing fire signs. I feel like when I try to do Leo, I feel like he does want to be involved in the reading sometimes. Not gonna lie. Is your eye red? Yeah, let me look at your eye. Let me see your eye. Okay, all right. Anyway. Oyster, Dragon, Owl, and Justice. So this is kind of confirming what I was already getting for you fire signs, right? This feeling of needing to set boundaries, this feeling of acknowledging what's going on that's not okay and needing to do something about it to bring the balance, right? To bring the balance. And also with Justice and Owl, there is something positive that you are working towards or trying to come in, and you can have it and experience it, but you got to clean up the web. Tell me more about Justice for my fire signs. Tell me more about Justice. Interesting. Page of Wands. So Page of Wands can be a card of news being delivered. It can even be gossip, but it also is speaking to the freedom of the inner child. I feel like information is going to come out about certain people in your life. I definitely feel that, but I also feel that adventure and fun and passion is part of where you're going. Okay. Let's see. Tell me about Spider, Lion, and Bat for my fire signs. Buddy. Hey, buddy. He wants attention. He's starting to drag things off tables and such. Tell me about Bat, Spider, and Lion for fire signs. Yeah, Six of Pentacles, your involvement with others. Six of Pentacles is a generous energy. And this could also be part of like, not really your plan, but like what you want, right? It's like you want to have relationships where they're open and there's give and take, right? And maybe where you're going or what you're trying to bring in is also an experience where you can be more open in that way and you can be more generous. But it also calls into question, wait, who do I even want to exchange energy with in this way? Is it safe to exchange energy in this way with the people that I'm dealing with? So it's like, I was getting that some of this was about your own beliefs, but I know a lot of it has to do about the people in your network. Tell me more. Oh. Interesting. Eight of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Okay, fire signs. The more we get into this is fascinating. I haven't had a telenovela read in a very long time. So it was a little telenovela to me. So fire signs, you're clearly examining your future. You're clearly examining who can go with you in that future, who's almost deserving of your energy, right? And also realizing your spidey sensors are going off that not everyone in your web should be in your web. I gotta be honest though, some of you are trying to bring someone back in to your web. I just gotta speak on it. This is not for everybody, but it clearly needs to be spoken on. Some of you are trying to bring a Queen of Wands back into your web. that it clearly is not a part of your web anymore. And maybe that's because of the people who were in your web already. You know what I mean? Because it seems to be that you're also dealing with some image stuff here with the zebra. Like you haven't been able to be fully yourself. And maybe that's because literally of the people you've been around. And so there could have been a dismissing of a Queen of Wands. And Queen of Wands really doesn't give a shit. She is who she is, right? That you didn't allow in your web, and now you want them in your web, realizing the reality and the truth of what was really going on there. Wow. Some of you guys were dealing with some major gossip. I don't like these reads. I don't like these. Y'all know I don't like these reads. So I'm definitely seeing that for some of you. But others of you, there's also this decision. Do I give or do I go? Do I exchange energy or do I go? But I can't get away from this feeling of gossip. I can't get away from it. I cannot get away from it. It feels kind of gross. I don't like it. It feels a little gross. But yeah, most of you it's do I exchange energy or do I cut ties? Most of you that's what it is. Sorry, my toxic ex just popped in there. Well, we even started the read with feeling like someone was like trying to like peek in or check up on things or do a little snooping, and I'm like, gross. Very gross. But either way, fire signs, you're off to a more fun experience. You're off to really investing in relationships where there is really beautiful give and take, where you can be all of who you are and not feel Ooh. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. And not feel restricted by the influence of others or feeling like you have to hide yourself. That's what your focus is, no matter what. Okay. But some of you I definitely can see want someone in your web that's not in your web. Most of you are just deciding who's in or who's out. Oh, my throat. Tell me about frog and buffalo. Yeah. Three of Swords. The discomfort and pain that comes with needing to cut away things or people you've been emotionally invested in. I know. Yeah. And the decision about it too. The decisions about it as well. Do I cut them out? Do I cut myself out? Do I bring them in? Etc. Etc. Starting to get repetitive. Star card on the bottom though. We like seeing that. Let's go ahead. See what other messages want to come through, and then we're going to wrap this up. Anything else from the fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. I knew it with the freaking Queen of Wands. I knew it. Two of Cups. Yeah, so whoever needs to hear this, again, you all know I don't do reads like this. I really try to keep it on you and what's going on in your life and keep it more on just like the macro level of things. But when a message wants to come through, it wants to come through. With the Two of Cups, with the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Cups being there, there's a Six of Cups energy there as well. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. Okay. The 8 minus the 2 is a 6 of Cups. So we now have a 6 of Cups energy that's tied to this Queen of Wands. Whoever needs the confirmation, yeah, you want to bring someone back in your web. Or if it's reverse, someone wants to bring you back into their web. And for whatever reason, you were either ejected from the web or you ejected this person or you couldn't get in or they couldn't get in. It's because their true self or your true self was being hidden away, was being stifled and suffocated by the current people in the web. That's really how that feels to me. Feels like creating a lot of illusion there too. But hey, when truth comes out, it comes out. Any other messages or insights for fire signs? Wheel of Fortune. Change be afoot. in the right direction towards justice. You have the justice card. So that tells me that the wheel is turning in your favor. You're about to go into more of a, excuse me, a flow, right? Or getting, going into a place of feeling like high, right? On the high end of things, the high end of life. Then we have the strength card. Ooh, oh, fours are really significant for you. Holy crap, look at this. This is your overall energy fire sign. So strong Leo and Aries showing up between the Queen of Wands and the Strength card. But underneath the Strength card, look at this. Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Four of Swords. 4, 4, 4. Could be seeing fours. Fours have probably been coming up a lot for you. But the Ace of Swords being in the middle of that with the Four of Swords. There's a Three of Swords, which we already knew that there was. But this to me feels like, again, you're aware that you can move into a much more satisfying, fulfilling experience in your life, an improved web network group of people in your life where there is more fun and adventure and excitement, and there is more unconditional giving and taking. But it seems like in order to make that choice, there is a lot of going within to try to discern that and really see what the truth is. And the truth will come out, okay? The truth will be seen, and you will make the right adjustments to your web. No matter who you're cutting out, or even if you're just leaving a web yourself, like leaving a whole group of people and being like, screw this, right? But I can't deny this energy. The Eight of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. That there's clearly a very strong soul connection involved in this in some way, shape, or form, in you embracing all of yourself. Okay. Very interesting. All right. No wonder you guys went last. Well, I'm going to go because I got a lot of work I got to do tonight. I still got to do sign readings tonight, which I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I will, I will figure it out. And I got other shit I got to do on top of that too. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, sitting with me, supporting me. And thank you to everybody who sent me super chats. And don't forget to like the video before you go. I really, really appreciate it. It really does help the videos to circulate. But yeah, I'm going to bounce. Have a great Monday and a great week. It's going to be a crazy, crazy week, guys. I'm just saying. And thanks again. Namaste.